So hello and welcome friends, and a very big welcome particularly to Poonam Illuri, our facilitator for this Truth and Reconciliation work session of this week of 2021. I'm Nilima Bhatt. I'm one of the co-conveners of this movement, which began last year with the George Floyd killings. And my partners, Kristen Engvig of the WIN Conference and Kiran Reddy of Helm of Eight, and myself on behalf of Shakti Leadership, we came together feeling this deep urgency to create a movement from the inside out that is led by people on the ground. And saying, let's not just wait for governments and multilateral agencies to create peace and harmony in the world. It's such a huge task. How about creating a people's movement where each individual, wherever he or she is, can create an event and share their gifts that can help along two tracks. One is healing the schisms, healing the traumas that are sitting in our personal and collective space. And the other track is leading, which is offering any body of work towards peace leadership. So the first such weekend happened last year over the 4th and 5th of July. It was Guru Purnima on the 5th of July, and of course, 4th of July is American Independence Day. And this year we decided we'll do a whole week. So it's from the 19th to the 24th. We culminate in the full moon on the Saturday, which is the Guru Purnima, the invocation to our higher self and our higher consciousness. And Poonam Illuri, a very, very dear friend. We go back so many years, I've lost count, perhaps the year 2000, maybe, or even earlier, maybe 1999. So we've been neighbors, we've been friends, we've been fellow travelers on the path. And it's my great honor and privilege to have Poonam bring her life before you through this session. The life she has created where she lives on this beautiful farm, and her family is here with her, Shrikant, wonderful husband, and her two beautiful daughters, Sanchi and Amaya. And Poonam's going to share with us her work and how she lives a conscious life. She doesn't separate her work and her life. They are one and the same thing. And it expresses as Gaia, the center that she has created and that lives through her. So with that, over to you, Poonam.
Thank you. Thanks. My parents are also here. My sister is also here, actually. So,
How beautiful.
and I'm really glad you guys could join. Uh, I think we'll wait maybe for a minute or two more if there's anybody else joining. So I thought in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll just close our eyes. I invite all of you to close your eyes. Sit comfortably, relax your body, and keep your awareness on your breath. Take deep, low, long, slow breaths, full belly breath, and with that breath, feel your body relax completely. Whatever has happened in the day before this moment, we just leave it aside. Whatever chores, whatever tasks you have to do going further on today, depending on which part of the world you're in, we leave that aside. This is your 1 hour only for yourself. So I would really like you to enjoy it, to savor it, and take away whatever you can from it. Eyes are closed, body is relaxed. You might be sitting on a sofa, on a chair, on the cushion. Legs may be crossed or out straight, whatever you feel comfortable doing. I hope you're sitting in a place that's quiet and you won't be disturbed. And you can now gently open your eyes and we can start. So, my name is Poonam. I live in Bangalore. I live in this space that we call Gaia. Gaia, which is the Mother Earth goddess in Greek mythology. And everything that we do at Gaia is an embodiment of that. I am a textile designer by profession. I'm an artist. I love teaching art to kids because I feel creativity is at its highest with children. Before we have fed them with stuff and told them a tree can only be green and not blue or purple. I teach mosaics. I have classes for block printing, tie and dye, acrylics, watercolors, sculpture, any medium, especially nature is my inspiration. I also teach yoga, especially the kind of yoga where you go beyond the physical, where there is a connect between the body and the mind through the breath. That's when I feel the healing happens. That's when you can go deeper into yourself. Uh, I'm also very much into natural healing. I believe the body has its own wisdom. Left to itself, in the right circumstances, the body will always heal itself. From time to time, it needs a little bit of help, and then we can do that through natural means, through naturopathy, through Ayurveda, homeopathy, biochemic salts, also through energy work like EFT, theta healing, Reiki. Uh, Permaculture and natural farming is another thing that I'm very passionate about, and uh, we experience that actually at the farm. Whatever cleaning agents we are using only bioenzymes. We make it ourselves on the farm with citrus peels, lemons, and oranges. We ferment it and we get this bioenzyme, which we're using for cleaning dishes, the toilet, everything. We also make jeevamrit because we have a couple of cows on the farm, desi cows. So we make a mixture of cow dung, urine, chickpea flour, and jaggery. We ferment that, and it makes a really good fertilizer. And I don't think we've used chemicals on the farm since as long as I remember. So all this has really worked for me. It's worked for us at the farm, and I would like to bring some of these things to you. I would like to share them with you so that you can see a bit of the beauty, the creativity that is Gaia. The whole session is divided into 4 parts. In the beginning, there'll be a short video. It Through our 5 senses, I would invite you to experience Gaia with curiosity, using your sense of observation, not only about what you're experiencing when you see, but what you experience within your body when you experience the nature and the silence. The second section is on awareness. It's a guided practice where I will take you through a couple of things that we do in daily life, but I will attempt to show you how we can do it with a little bit more awareness and mindfulness. The third section is curiosity, where we'll be having fun with some colors and some artwork. The last part of it is when we will walk to the ancient people tree. Those of you who've been on the farm will, of course, remember the people tree. And I have lit a little fire there in a Havan Kund. We will gaze at the fire and experience silence. That one is also a video because it's dark outside. We can't do that now. Through the whole session, our awareness will be on our breath. Breath is almost like the string which takes the whole session, the 4 sections together. And from time to time, I'm going to use my Tibetan bowl, and I'm just going to do, it's to take your awareness to your breath. It's just to remind you because it's very easy to forget. So before we start, uh, cell phones off so that you can get the most out of this session. I hope you're sitting in a comfortable position. where you won't be disturbed. It's a little quiet. If you want, you have about half a minute. If you want to get a glass of water or something to keep by your side so you don't have to get up in the middle. And if you can keep some colors and paper handy. The last thing I wanted to say is this is the first time I have done something like this on Zoom. Uh, my daughters have helped me a lot, but if there are any glitches, please bear with us. Uh, I know from time to time the video has been a little shaky because that's the first time I've done video talking, and so let's see how it goes. Let's start with our journey through Gaia. We will watch a video now. Welcome to Gaia. As we enter, I would like us all to observe with our five senses what we see as we walk through Gaia. Not only what we observe, but what we feel and what we sense. The sense of sight. Notice the yellowness of the bushes, the darker green of the Ashoka trees, the brown of the bark of the tree, and how the colors get darker as they go at the back. The white of the clouds in sharp contrast to the startling blue sky, which is in contrast to the green and the red. The white bougainvilleas and the pink ones. With the little white centers, all existing perfectly in perfect harmony. The reds, the greens, and the red of the earth. And we move on to the sense of smell. Freshly cut grass under my feet. A whiff of perfume from the yellow lilies. Splash of color. This bird of paradise, beautiful red, yellow stamens with the little black tips, standing so regally in sharp contrast to the long green leaves. As we move across to the beautiful yellow flowers, the red ornamental ginger, again sharp contrast to the green at the back. Take in the colors and the texture of this red flower which has died, leaving behind its seeds, looking so fluffy and white, just waiting to propagate. I can get a sense of a whiff of cow dung from the cowshed. There's also the smell of burning leaves somewhere. It comes every time the wind blows. It's gentle, it's persistent. It's not unpleasant, but it's there. We move on to the sense of touch. The leaves which feel soft, but a little rough underneath. The grass as I walk, which feels crunchy underneath my feet. Damp, soft. As I move on to the terracotta floor, which is harder and firmer,
and then onto the uneven brick floor, onto the stone floor, which is even more uneven and cold. All different textures, different temperatures, onto the mud floor, which is the perfect place to do yoga. It has a little bit of give and feels really nice when you walk on it. The rough texture of the wooden tree, peeling, rough. Observe this plant, the most incredible colors. And we will try to do the sense of taste with this. What do these colors bring to your mind? Cherries, apples, what does this yellow and this green bring to mind? Lemon, raw oranges, a sourness to your mouth. Do you feel the taste of your saliva? Look at these dying leaves, death and decay, in sharp contrast with the green of the abundant grass. A half eaten mango lying there. Not only is there a contrast in textures, in colors, but also in life and death. Everything is happening simultaneously.
Everything is happening simultaneously.
See the beautiful pattern the grass makes on the stone floor, almost sacred geometry. Observe the fallen bubol tree, which was once huge and majestic, birds living and thriving in it. And now it's kept on the farm in the corner. But there are three wooden benches that have been made out of it. The maroon bougainvillea, the thorny branches, and coming into the sense of sound. You can hear the birds chirping. Sometimes they're chattering with one another, sometimes it's a little bit more urgent, sometimes they're fighting, squealing. It's like having this music with you at all times. You can sometimes hear the squirrels. The wind, as it moves through the leaves, also creates a sound. A soft, gentle sound, like a rustling. The little white flowers have fallen there, adding beauty even in their death.
So I hope you enjoyed the nature, the quiet, the sounds of Gaia. We will now move on to awareness and mindfulness. These are two very overused words, very misunderstood, a multi billion dollar industry in trying to get there. To me, mindfulness is when I'm able to do one task at a time with my full awareness I lose all sense of time. I lose all sense of what else is happening around me. And the task is not a task anymore. It becomes extremely enjoyable, and I just get lost in it. And I'm sure all of you have experienced this from time to time when you're doing something that you really want to do or that you enjoy doing. Time either stands still or it just flies. So, what we are going to do is I'm going to guide you through a couple of activities that we do in daily life and see if we can bring this practice of mindfulness into those activities. So, I would invite you to sit comfortably. You're going to close your eyes. You can lean back. You can put your feet out. Just be comfortable. The first activity that we're going to go through is eating. So, as I speak, imagine yourself going through the motions, doing the things that I'm asking you to do. Eating and the food we eat is actually for our nourishment, it's for our healing, for our bodies and our mind. Though very often now it has become more and more of a social reason. We eat when we go out to meet people, and we hardly ever eat on our own. We have the TV on, we are reading, there's almost always some company. So I would invite you maybe just once a week to eat by yourself. You could maybe have some soft music on or sit in the nature and enjoy nature. Maybe you have cooked the food, maybe somebody else has cooked it for you. So imagine yourself going to the kitchen, picking up the plate, and putting the food in the plate. All this should be done in silence. Come down to the place where you're going to sit and eat and look at your food. Look at what you're eating. Digestion already starts in the mouth. It's starting with the saliva being created. It's when you smell the food, you look at the food, try eating with your hand. When you touch the food, it's at the right temperature. And then I would invite you to express gratitude to the people who have got the food to you, starting from the farmer who grew the food, the way the food was transported, the person who bought the ingredients, and most importantly, the person who cooked the food. Food has its own energy, and that's the energy that goes into your body. Savor the first bite when you put it in your mouth. What is the taste like? What's the temperature? Is it crunchy? Does it remind you of something else? Second bite, chew slowly, mindfully, enjoy your food. Many studies have been done now to show that if you eat your food mindfully, you actually get satiated with less food. It's when we are doing a lot of other things while we're eating that we still, firstly, we don't realize that we are full. We will still keep feeling hungry, but also that we've never eaten enough. So try doing this, and when you're done, pick up your plate, go to the kitchen, rinse it, dry it, and put it back so that you complete the whole loop of the cycle from picking up your food to cleaning your dish and putting it away. Your awareness is still on your breath, eyes are closed, The next task we'll go through is taking a bath. So, one of the things which I find really works for me is to be able to sing when I'm taking a shower. If you can't sing, you can hum. If you can't do that, put on some music and try to sing along with that. It really changes the quality of the shower for some reason. So, at least once a week, keep aside 10 or 15 minutes when you can very leisurely take a bath. Go to your closet, pick up your clothes, decide what you want to wear. What color do you feel like wearing today? Is it something loose or something tight? It depends on what you're doing. Is it going to be, are you going to work? It would be something formal. If you're staying at home, you could wear leisure clothes. Be mindful of what you're going to wear that day. And then carry your clothes, go to the bathroom, turn on the water so that it's the ambient temperature that you want it. Today, you might want to take a bath with cooler water or with hot water. Whatever it is, do it mindfully so that you are using the right temperature of water. And now be aware when you step into the shower, the first time when the water comes in contact with your body. Feel that. Is it on your face? Is it on your hands? As the water trickles down your body, what does that make you feel? And then you soap yourself. Don't forget the areas, your elbows, the areas behind your ears, your feet, especially your feet. They have a lot of nerve endings. And if you can sit down, if you have a place to sit in the bath, sit down and clean your feet properly. And then let the water flow over your body again. It's washing away the tiredness of the day if you're having a shower at night, the dirt. If you're having a shower in the morning, it's invigorating. It takes away the lethargy of the night. And then as you step out of the shower, dry yourself. If you want to put on a lotion or some oil, do that slowly. Enjoy it. And then before leaving the bathroom, make sure that you leave the bathroom clean. Put your clothes away. Your eyes are still closed. Awareness is still on your breath. The last activity I'll guide you through is walking. It's really simple. We're walking the whole day from one place to another, within the house, outside, but we never do it with awareness. So now, the first thing in the morning when you get up, be aware of how you put your feet on the ground. Do it respectfully. You're putting your feet on Mother Earth, on Gaia. Do it with love and with gratitude that she's having you there. And then as you walk all day, just be aware of how you put your foot on the ground. Is it the heel first? Is it the full foot? How do you lift your foot off the ground? This is actually a Buddhist meditation that's taught when we do our Vipassana. And it really, it brings you, it's a very grounding, earthing practice. The other thing which you can do is try to walk in the house without your shoes on. It's again very grounding. Or if you have a garden, to walk for a few minutes on the wet grass and feel the earth and the connection with the earth. It's the same for any other activity that you're doing. It could be cooking, it could be ironing, it could even be brushing your teeth. So before you open your eyes, I would just ask you to feel how it felt when you imagine doing these activities slowly, mindfully, and with awareness. For me, it changes the flavor of the activity. And now you can open your eyes. Welcome back. We move into the third activity, which is creativity. Again, it's a very misunderstood word. When I talk to somebody about creativity, the first thing I get is, oh, I can't paint. I'm not an artist. I'm not creative. I'm not. But creativity is not about art, about expensive material or being able to. It's not about that. Creativity expresses itself in how you lay the dinner table, how you wear your clothes, how you set up your house. It comes up in very simple things. It's being able to see things in a different way. The best source of creativity I find actually is in nature. And here's an activity you can do with your children or your family maybe once a week, is to make a flower mandala. Go out into the garden and you can pick up some flowers, leaves, seeds, stones, and just put them together. Try to be in silence and put that together in this shape. And it's really fun doing it. It's very creative. There's no way you can't be creative doing that activity. And before we start our this thing, I would just like to show you some of the little things that I've done. These are all materials that we found on the farm. So here I made a little labyrinth. It's a little meditative labyrinth. It's made from clay. The mud was here on the farm. This was the bubol tree I was talking about. Some little mushrooms have grown on it, and we put 3 little holes on it, and we've made a little agarbatti stand. And this one, also from the bubol tree, it has no purpose except to make you feel happy. It had little mushrooms growing. These were some feathers we found on the farm. So it doesn't take much to be creative. It's just keep your eyes open. You have the curiosity and the awareness, it'll happen. So here is what we're going to do. You have your colors and your pencils. You're going to draw a shape on the piece of paper. It could be a triangle, it could be a square, a circle, a star shape, any shape that you want. And then we are just going to color it up. You can color it on the outside, make a pattern, black and white. You could use monochromes, shades of blue. You want to use simple rainbow colors, you could do that. You want to color the inside and the outside, you could do that. I would suggest you that you just look around the place that you're sitting. There's enough patterns, enough inspiration all around you in your house, on the clothes that you wear. I can see a beautiful pattern on the curtain. Let's get started. We have about 6-7 minutes for this activity. And we're going to play some music while we do this so that you can really get into it. You don't have to share this piece with anybody unless you don't, if you don't want to. It's yours.
We have about 1 minute left.
Now we can start. It doesn't matter if you haven't finished what you're doing, you can complete it later.
You're
If you want to share
you're on
it.
mute.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, you're not. Sorry.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
we can.
Okay, thanks. So it doesn't matter if you haven't finished, you can finish it later. We will now walk towards the people tree. It's again another short video. And yeah, enjoy.
We are now approaching the last part of our session. We will be exploring quietness, meditativeness, and silence. Allow your gaze to wander over these white flowers that seem suspended in the air, floating almost, intertwining with these branches from various different trees. And then the magnificent peepal tree, gazing at which just brings about a sense of silence. The bamboos playing in the breeze, with the sky, with the clouds, swaying, talking a language of their own. They intermingle with the other trees and the large, strong branches of the peepal tree. A whole ecosystem exists within them. They're home to birds, squirrels, ants, and even bats. The fresh new leaves are coming out. And as you walk with me on this soft grass, you can see the Tibetan prayer flags, each one representing an element: water, earth, fire, ether, and air. And as we walk up the steps towards the Havan Kund, we see the fire, a glimpse of the fire, playfully interacting with the wind. Keep your awareness on your breath. Your tongue is touching the upper palate of your mouth. And observe how the smoke comes in from the side, how it merges with the fire, how the fire suddenly pops up on the other side, almost as if the two pieces are having a conversation with one another. As you gaze at the flame, see that you can have an image of the flame in your mind's eye. Awareness is still on the breath. And when you have the image of the fire firmly planted in between your eyebrow center, you can gently close your eyes. Whenever the image disappears, you can open your eyes and gaze at the flame and close your eyes again, feeling yourself flooded by silence, by a sense of calm and peacefulness. Awareness is still on the breath. You feel all the tension leaving your body. You feel your body relaxing on the floor. Shoulders are loosening up. The breath is becoming longer, softer. Your thoughts are becoming further in between each other and almost disappearing from time to time. If you lose the image of the fire, gently open your eyes and gaze at the fire again. Once the image is firmly established in your mind's eye, you can close your eyes again. The body is not moving, but it's completely relaxed. The breath is deep and soft, and you can open and close your eyes. The periods when your eyes are closed becoming longer and longer. Feel a sense of calmness seeping over your body, over your mind, your emotions, your thoughts. Everything seems to be becoming quieter and quieter. You can hear the sound of birds from time to time, but they seem to be far away. The thoughts are slower or not there at all. The body feels lighter. The breath is easier. If you lose the image of the flame, you can gently open your eyes and gaze at the flame again, and then close your eyes. Keeping this sense of calmness and quietness with you, you gently begin to come back to where you're sitting.
Keep your eyes closed. Let the silence still be there with you. Enjoy it. And when you're ready, you can gently move your body, stretch yourselves, and come back here. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. So, before I open it up for sharing, we have about 5-7 minutes for sharing. I would like you to pick maybe one activity daily that you would try to do mindfully, and maybe something a little longer once a week. Also, if you could get a little bit of curiosity, awareness, mindfulness into your daily life, and of course, the silence, you will see that it changes the flavor of what you do and of your life. And now open it up for sharing. If anybody wants to say anything, I think they put up a couple of suggestions in the chat window. Yeah. You can unmute yourself while you're talking if you want to say something. We have only about 7-8 minutes, I think. So, Nishi.
Hi. Thank you, Poonam. I'll just lighten up for the beautiful session. I really, really enjoyed it. And I want to run and come to your farm right now. I haven't seen it for so long. I will quickly share what I drew. This kind of sums up almost everything that I experienced today, right? The clay, which probably is earth, is a tree, or any of those patterns. And most of the other things that are around it, starting from grass, some rocks or some cherries that you mentioned, feet, 2 feet,
Right.
exploring all of that. Have some drops of waters, some feathers, some flowers, and smell. I think all surrounded with waves. It could be smell, and so all my experiences that I got through the entire session, the lovely session, I've tried to put it in this. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else wants to go? Just because I can't see both the. Yes.
Hi, Poonam auntie. Thank
Hi.
you so
So
much
nice
for
to
this
see you here.
session. So nice to see you. Unbiased opinion. I did not want your session to end at all. It was so meditative and relaxing, and I really, really enjoyed it. Of course, and I just wanted to say I really liked your mindfulness practice about how you walked us through doing just very mundane day-to-day activities that we tend to do not mindfully. Like I've never sat and kind of thought about the food that I'm eating, or while I'm taking a shower to think about how that first droplet of water feels on me. And just an observation that I had was that I like, even though you were walking us through the practice, my mind kept going elsewhere because we're just always like thinking about so many things and like just constantly our mind is racing. So I think that taught me something, that to just try to be to feel those senses and to feel and walk yourself through day-to-day activities. And so that's something I'm going to try to do. I do try to do it, but obviously not hard enough. So that's something that I really, really enjoyed.
Thanks, Arya.
Of course.
If I may just add to this, since our window is already open, Poonam, it was a wonderful session. I love the simplicity of the practices that you made us experience. It was, all the experiences of, whether it be even the idea of the flower mandala, which is so simple, but that we can do. So thanks for reminding us about all those things. It was very peaceful, very calming to go through. In fact, the first slide when you shared of us walking through your farm, even though we weren't there, I don't know what it was, but I could almost smell the farm sitting here. So it was really lovely. Thank you for this experience, Poonam.
I'm glad you
forward to
the cow dung and all. There's a lot of cow dung smell on the farm also.
Thank you so much.
Who wants to go next?
I unmuted.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't know how to raise my hand. It's Heidi. So I just unmuted.
Just go ahead, because I can't see both the pages. So just
yes,
take a chance.
It was really lovely, and I deeply enjoyed it also. And I wanted to say, I think you used media very well. You know, the fire was like taking meditations digitally. Fire was very successful. And so was the garden. Of course, the garden was totally pixelated and like, it's a different, but it was very nice. And you put the presentation together using this kind of media and the sound. So that was very well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. It was a big leap of faith. So I'm glad it worked out actually. Yeah. Anybody else wants to go? We still have another 2-3
Hi,
minutes.
Poonam.
Hi,
Hi,
Anna.
Poonam. Really, really lovely session. So many, I mean, I don't want to repeat what the others said, but for me, it shows me what I am not doing. That's what this session showed me. As much as it is to experience certain things, to know, say, oh my God, I'm so busy doing so many things, but not necessarily being mindful. So a lot to introspect and take away. So great experience being here in the frame, but a lot more to think about so that I can enjoy the experiences of my life.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thanks. Anybody else?
Yes, hello. This is Adeline.
Hi. My God, so nice to have you here.
Delighted, absolutely delighted and joy to being all together. And I feel nourished by the nature and what you proposed this morning.
You remember the farm from like, I don't know, 7, 8
Yes.
years back when you used to come for mosaics and we used to do yoga together. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm very grateful for this session and to see you all being all together just around the world like that and being together in peace. That's just, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take good care of you all.
Thank you. Another couple of minutes. Anybody else?
I would like to share, Poonam. So I'm just so grateful for your being, the beauty of your soul. And you're one of those very quiet people, and you obviously have such depth and beauty inside. And what you did today was helping us get a glimpse into your inner world. That just the way you led us through it, your voice, what you pay attention to, the artist's eye. It's not just the artist's eye, but it's also a very soulful artist's eye, which was very precious. It touched us. And I remember when we were thinking about the title of your session, we were saying, how do you lead a conscious life? So it's about leading. It's a leadership activity. It's a conscious, intentional activity. And what you've shown so beautifully is that, leaders aren't just out there in the public eye and, making a big statement about who they are but the way you are leading your life is such leadership that is needed in the world today by each one of us, right? How we lead our lives and how we can be so conscious and mindful in right here, right where we are. Everything can be an opportunity to become more mindful and more conscious. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so proud of you because this was your very first session. You've raised the bar very, very high for another newcomer because this was like a work of art.
Thank you. Thanks. So on that note, maybe we can close. So
Hi, Poonam. Lokesh here. Just a small thing.
Yes. Who is this?
Lokesh.
Hi.
Hi. So I joined late because I got stuck at the work, and I just joined when all the reviews were going on, and it seems I missed something really good. And is there a way? I think you have recorded the session and all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nilima will take care of that, and we've recorded it. So yeah.
All right.
You'll get the recording. No problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So just a couple of things. Firstly, very, very big thank yous to everybody. I wish I could just hug everybody. So just give this big virtual hug. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. Even the people who couldn't come, I know their support was there. And most of all, I would like to thank my two little helpers over there who have shown, Sanchi and Amaya, who have shown an incredible amount of patience, firstly, because right from how to try it to remove the WhatsApp and to get it back, because it kept pinging through the session. And yeah, I mean, you have to be born in a different generation to figure out technology. But they really took me through it, through the music. Every time I just felt things are not going out right, they were there. And to Nilima and to Truth and Reconciliation, for giving this platform. I don't think I would have ever done it on my own. This seems like a very safe, comfortable place to step out. It's like, yeah, coming out of the closet, putting it in on this. I would also just very quickly like to thank Ma and Baba for making this happen. This would not have happened without their very invisible but support and grace. We're going to put up on the chat window Gaia Bangalore, which is my Facebook page, in case you want to get in touch, you want to ask any questions. And also, though this session is a free session, but what was decided is that in case you want to make a contribution towards COVID relief, if you've enjoyed the session, or there's a link there, you can choose where you want to send the money. There's a different set of options. If you feel called, please go ahead and donate. Thank you, and hope to keep seeing you guys.
Thank you.
Exactly on time. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam.
Thank you.
Nilima, Poonam, Sanchi, Amaya, thank you.
Anchi, Amaya, thank you so much. And big thanks to Shrikant for silently holding you all up.
Thank you, Nilima.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Kelly.
Thank you.
Miss Kelly is there. And thank you, Praveen, for coming. He took us to Sikkim, and I'm just so glad that you came. That was really nice. He knows everything about Sikkim. He was with us for 10 days and showed us around. Yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks.